Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and I'm a little bit sick today, but hopefully I can get through this video. Right now we can see that Bitcoin is at 23,277. Again, a little bit of sideways chop during the weekend, not much happening, very low volume, and August on top of that is known for being a low volume month, historically speaking. But nevertheless, let's see what's going on Bitcoin, on Market Cipher A and on Market Cipher B. On our weekly time frame, we can see that we have a 18 and a -3 on the DBSI right there. So again, a little bit of a slowdown in the momentum towards the upside. You can see that the VWAP is starting to flatten out a little bit. Could be getting ready to curl down at the next weekly candle. But let's see what happens this week. We do have the CPI data coming out on August 10th, I believe, so that's going to be on Wednesday. Then we'll see how the market's going to react. I am in the camp that the CPI is going to be a little bit lower, which would be good for the markets because of the big drop in the equities, the big drop in the oil price, which will coincide with gasoline prices coming down and energy prices coming down because oil is energy. So let's see what happens there. But for the time being, oil is still relatively high. I still think we can get down to $85 before we see a significant bounce, maybe back up to 95 and then back down to 75 by around the midterm elections. But we'll see what happens. A lot of people are longing at 120, saying we're going to go to 150, and I was shorting this level, and look what happened. That played out beautifully. So that's the benefits of being in the Crypto Weekly Discord. You guys get these amazing predictions, these amazing call outs that usually play out amazingly, but sometimes they don't. But we'll see. The majority of the time they play out in our favor, and that's why we stay so profitable. Now let's take a look at the daily time frame. We have a 0 and a not a -10, a 0 and a 10. So it's definitely not as bullish, but better than the previous candle. So let's take a look at some smaller time frames as well. Let's go on a 12-hour. 12-hour looking quite bullish with a -5 and a 16. But you can see that the money flows in the red right now. VWAP's quite extended. We have a green dot, and the momentum wave is basically at the 0 line. Not much momentum. Nothing's really happening. We can see on the 4-hour, we have a market trend reversal and then a green dot confirmation on Market Cipher A. Red money flow, again, it's very hard to read Market Cipher when the price isn't moving. So it's always good to take a look at other indicators, like right here. There we go, Traders Realities Indicator. And I was actually taking a look at it today on the smaller time frames, like the 1 hour. I could see that we were creating some green vector candles, and you know what, we actually ended up coming back down to recover this green vector candle, and now we're starting to move back up towards the upside. Looks like we're going to potentially recover 23,400. Again, we still have a red vector candle up here at 24,500. Ultimately, I still think Bitcoin has a little bit of gas left in the tank before we make our move towards the downside. I still think we could tag potentially 25,000 to 25,500 before starting to roll over towards the downside. Now, a lot of people are thinking, the bull market's restarted. I've seen a lot of videos from big YouTubers like Crypto and Four Flies and stuff like that, Carl the Moon. They're all making videos that Bitcoin's gonna start rallying to potentially 80,000, 70,000 like that. But I don't think they understand what economic conditions that we are in. We are in a rising rate environment, and the pivot for the Fed is not that close. I think some people think it may be close, but it might not be as close as we think, because if the CPI data on Wednesday comes out higher than expected, I think they're expecting 9 point. Let me just take a look quickly what they're expecting on Wednesday. Obviously, the CPI is expected to increase by 0.5. So a little bit of, reduce. Is it a reduce or increase? Oh, it's an increase by 0.5. So a little bit of an increase, but if it overshoots expectations, that's going to be pretty bad. And then it's going to lead to the market thinking that there's more rate hikes to come in September and possibly in the later half of the year. But that would be very bad for the markets. And then you're going to see a big sell-off in the equities, which would coincide with Bitcoin taking its next leg down towards the downside. So ultimately, I still think we can go a little bit higher, but not for much longer. You can even take a look at the equity markets as well. The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ look pretty topped out in my opinion. You can see that the S&P 500 is at resistance right now, Could we go a little bit higher? Yeah, we could. We could technically go up to this level right here and then get rejected and then start to roll over. You can see that the Nasdaq is currently at resistance, and we actually got rejected perfectly at this level right now. We are in a few shorts, again, just some starter positions. So if the Nasdaq does start to push up a little bit higher, we could definitely add to our short positions, and then, you know, boom, we'll make a big trade there once the markets do eventually start to roll over. But yeah, we're not out of the woods, guys. Just be ready for a lot of volatility. I know a lot of you are trying to trade this weekend, and it is difficult to trade weekends because the volume is so low, and the exchanges will just whip the price up and down and stop everybody out. And that's basically what happened this weekend. I know a lot of you just kept longing and shorting and longing and shorting. It's honestly, guys, when you're trading weekends, it's best to just sit out, relax, and watch the price move, watch the price until Sunday night or potentially Monday morning, and then you'll get a little bit more, you know, of a definitive move in the Bitcoin price. Because right now, look what just happened. Not much action. But yeah, overall, guys, I'm a little bit bullish in the short term, and ultimately I think in the midterm I'm a little bit more bearish. I still think Bitcoin's going to go down to $10,000, and we could take a look at BNB because we did place a little bit of a short there, but we are pushing up. Let's see if it tags our secondary level, at which point I will add to my short, and I'll tell you guys why I'm shorting Binance. Right now, Binance looks extremely overbought in my opinion, and even if we do push higher, let's say we do push up to $390, that's only a 16% pump, at which point I will probably double down on my short, and then we'll start to take a big leg down. You can take a look at Binance on Traders Realities Indicator on the weekly time frame. You have some major vector candles to be recovered all the way down at $44. So this will probably be a long-term short, but you know, people say that Traders Realities Indicator or Tino's indicator does not work. It does work. It always works. It works amazingly. You can see that if once you create some vector candles, they do get recovered. You can see that there was a vector right here, and the price came all the way down to recover it before ultimately moving back up towards the upside and continuing. And you can see that price moved up, green vector, and then you came all the way back down here to recover the green vector candle before starting to move back up towards the upside. And then you have this massive green vector candle, obviously at the beginning of the bull run, where the price has yet to be recovered all the way down here, and the price will come down to this level. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.